This is Nancy and Gasmin, your guidance counselor and the assistant principal. At the same time, I am also the acting principal for the high school department as well as the grade level coordinator for grades 5, 6, and 7. See you!
Warm welcome and greetings, dear parents and guardians, as we start another year with courage and determination despite the challenges posed by COVID-19. The transition from in-school learning to distance learning will be challenging for families. Parents, guardians will need to think differently about how to support their children, how to create structures and routines that allow their children to be successful, and how to monitor and support their children's learning. Some learners will thrive with distance learning while others may struggle. Today, I will discuss some guidelines intended to help parents and guardians to think about what they can do to help their children find success in a distance learning environment. First guideline is establish routines and expectations. Baguio Multicultural Institute encourages parents to set regular hours for their children's schoolwork. Children should move regularly and take periodic breaks as they study. It is important that parents set these expectations for how their children will spend their days, starting as soon as distance learning is implemented, not several days later after it becomes apparent a child is struggling with the absence of routine. The second guideline is monitor communications from your children's teachers. Teachers will communicate with parents and learners through email, Google Classroom, Zoom, and Messenger as necessary. Parents are welcome to contact their children's teachers. However, we ask parents to remember that teachers will be communicating with dozens of other families and that communication should be essential and concise. Teachers will try to respond within 24 hours. The third guideline is begin and end each day with a check-in. Parents are encouraged to start and finish each day with a simple check-in. In the morning, ask what your child is learning today. What are their learning targets or goals? How will they spend their time? What resources or materials do they require? What support do they need? This brief grounding conversation matters. It allows children to process the instructions they receive from their teachers. It helps them organize themselves and set priorities. Older learners may not want to have these check-ins with parents, but they should nevertheless. Parents should establish these check-ins as regular parts of each day. Not all learners thrive in a distance learning environment. Some struggle with too much independence or lack of structure. These check-in routines should be established early before learners fall behind or begin to struggle. The fourth guideline is take an active role in helping your children process and own their learning. In the course of a regular school day at BMI, your son or daughter engages with other learners or adults several times. These social interactions include turning to a classmate to exchange a thought or idea, participating in small or large group discussions, asking questions for clarification, collaborating on group projects, and countless other moments. While some of these social interactions will be recreated on virtual platforms, others will not. People learn best when they have opportunities to process their learning with others. Beyond the check-ins recommended at the start and end of each day, parents should regularly circle back and engage with their children about what they're learning. However, it is important that your child own their work. Don't complete assignments for them, even when they are struggling. Another guideline is establish times for quiet and reflection. A challenge for families with multiple children will be how to manage all of their children's needs, especially when those children are different ages and have different needs. There are times when siblings need to work in different rooms to avoid distraction. Parents may even experiment with noise canceling headphones to block out distractions. Next guideline is encourage physical activity and or exercise. Make sure your children remember to move and exercise. This is vitally important to their health, well-being, and to their learning. It is important for parents to model and encourage exercise. Think also about how your children can pitch in more around the house with chores or other responsibilities. Don't let your children off the hook. Expect them to pitch in. The seventh guideline is remain mindful of your child's stress or worry. These are unsettling times for all, and it is imperative for parents to help their children manage the worry, anxiety, and range of emotions they may be experiencing. Difficult though it may be, do your best not to transfer your stress or worry to your children. They will be out of sorts, whether they admit it or not, and need as much normal routine as parents can provide. Our school counselor, the school heads, coordinators, front desk staff, and management will also be available remotely to conference with you to help support your child's well-being. Lastly, monitor how much time your child is spending online. BMI does not want our learners staring at computer screens for 7 to 8 hours a day. We ask that parents remember most teachers are not experts in distance learning and that it will require some trial and error before we find the right balance between online and offline learning experiences. Your teachers are always open to hear from you about what you're seeing at home and what we need to adjust. We thank you in advance for your patience and partnership.